jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
What's good? WCS back on the boulevard once again, man. Salute to everyone that's in the building. What's good? Happy Thanksgiving to everyone that's about to head into the, that's already fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's already been eaten. Shout out to Gooch, Big Blunts and Boxing on deck, Stickum Boys, Jamal Neezy on deck. So, my whole point for putting up this information is just for your own general knowledge. It has nothing to do with anybody in particular. I just know from what's been going on, it just seems like when you take a broader look at it, that being, the travels and the situation that's going on with a certain fighter. It seems like he's headed out of town. He's headed somewhere to try to, hopefully either spend it with family or get himself together. The only thing I can say, right, I'm not really putting out information anyone don't knows. All I'm saying is the information's been out there for a lengthy period of time, whether people wanted to pay attention or not. I say it's a good time to pay attention, because now he's backed into a corner, and it does remind me of Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? It does remind me of Anthony Joshua a little bit, for him being protected for 3 belts. But now it's a bit more complex when it deals with Spence. The reason to me it does, because I just think it's been a situation going on for quite some time. And he may have had a coming to Jesus moment in October of 2019. But, upon recovery, some people just leave that shit behind and feel like it could have been worse. That's the mantra that they use. They use that mantra, it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying? It could have been worse. It could have been worse. But I feel good knowing that they're not 100% for what they used to. And we're not even sure if Errol has ever fought at 100%. We're not sure of that yet. We'll never be sure of that, because when he was supposed to be healthy and without the car accident, he was still, gambling with his professional career. So we don't know if he's 100% or not when he was coming in there. You just can't say 100% off the eye test. He go in there and he continue to win. He even said himself out of his own mouth, he said he make it hard on himself. When somebody's telling you they make it hard on themselves, they totally understand the processes which been going on, which has been going on for quite some time. They understand the process, bro. They understand what they've been putting their body through outside of training. They understand the high moments. They understand the inebriation. You know what I'm saying? They understand the intoxication. They understand anything possibly that would go along with what people believe he's been a part of. You feel me? So it comes to a point right now where you see that there's a big fight that's been on the radar for quite some time, and now they ordering a tough fight for him. They've been looking over and looking over and looking over, and it's been so much said behind the scenes that people was kind of being real patient with this guy for a long time, and now I think it all came to a climactic moment, because they just can't sit up here and continue to have him not face his freaking mandatories. You know what I'm saying? All because they want to play along and pretend like they wanted to fight with Terrence Crawford for undisputed. The game is up. You know what I'm saying? The game is up. If he doesn't get this fight with Keith Thurman, because so-called, quote-unquote, blindsided, shock, stuck in the back, all these excuses that's coming up that as to why he's not prepared. Can you imagine that shit? Like, Crawford was actually in negotiation all these months, and then he signed a contract to fight Avanesian. They canceled Avanesian's EBU title defense, and then they put him in on the card in December. Him and Terrence Crawford gonna fight in December. Did you hear Crawford making excuses? Did you hear him talking about, well, I wasn't ready for this. This came out of nowhere. BLK Prime forced me into this situation. Did you hear any of that? Did you hear him speak once that he wasn't unsure of the decision and the direction he wanted to go after being in negotiation? Did you see him on social media complaining and whining? No. But this is a high point, y'all. Y'all need to understand. Listen to me. This is a high point in boxing. Situations like this is showing you that there's opportunities, there's small, situations that you can, find a loophole in and finesse your way through for a certain period of time until it catches up with you. And this is what we're seeing right here. Until it catches up with you. It's caught up to him. Now he got to face a guy who seems like he's rejuvenated. The former unified champion. It's nowhere to run. Not only do he have Thurman, but he has freaking Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. He has a lot of people waiting on him. So if he's going to run the gauntlet, he might attempt to do it one time, but I'm not even sure he's going to fight Thurman. I'm not sure he's going to fight Thurman. It wouldn't be far-fetched for him to come off that title. But what should he do to get his mind right? Do you think that this man should go, if indeed he has some type of problem going on, allegedly, if it's some type of problem, don't you think it should be somebody to help him out so he will never be on camera like that again? Is it someone that can have a conversation, a one-on-one, with not just him, but his company that he's around? Does he need to go to some type of center? Does he need to find a freaking mentor, a life coach? Does he need an ayahuasca? Is he disciplined enough to have an ayahuasca? Seriously, is he disciplined enough? I'm just curious to know exactly, first of all, what he's suffering from. You know what I'm saying? And then, is he strong enough to basically do what it takes to go through that? Like, there's no way that he can go to any type of treatment right now or see anybody with the time frame that he has. He can't take time off and go into a treatment facility if he needs to and stay in shape. There's no way that he can do that shit, man. I'm just putting my concerns out here to say, you know what? It don't seem like none of his so-called, people are doing enough to make sure he's well taken care of. The video was very, very disturbing, distasteful, and it really highlight his brand in the most ominous way possible. It basically raised a lot of dark black flags, you know what I'm saying, in the fog of it all. When you're seeing a world-class elite fighter out of his mind like that. Is it, they have treatment centers around here if that's what he needs. They have treatment centers all up in there in Texas. You know what I'm saying? They have treatment centers all over the world that he can go get checked out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard any of the, so-called Spence supporters, man. I haven't heard them mention anything about his sobriety, allegedly. It seems like he may have a sobriety. I'm not sure. It just seems that way from the outside looking in. It just seems like there's an issue. I'm not totally sure. It's just speculation. But is there a program out there that he can be a part of that can help him out? Because he needs it. I don't want to see that man go in there and end up like any one of them fighters. Maxim Dedashev, Patrick Day, Pritchard Colon, Jerry McLaren, Donna Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Dong Koo Kim. Don't cook him. I don't want to see him none of that. And it's possible when you're messing with the brain, and you're basically saying, you know what? Speculation says he has a alcohol situation or substance situation allegedly, and then you look at it that he's in a combat sport, he's getting punched in the head. When does it ever have a chance to repair? How does he get to a point he's able to repair himself? That's my only big question. How does he repair it? How does he go through the recovery so that damage potentially repairs itself from fight to fight? Now, the good thing about it is, they're not fighting 3 and 4 times a year. You know what I'm saying? But this year in 2023, it's almost guaranteed he's going to fight twice. I'm talking about 2 tough fights. 2 tough fights. He's going to have 2 tough fights in 2023 if he takes it. Let me get to the chat. On deck, salute to you. Don say, whoever thinks this is a 50-50 fight needs a reality check. Cutting corners can only get you so far. Checkmate. Real talk. That's real talk right there, Don. Cutting corners can only get you so far. You think you closing distance? You think you getting somewhere? No, you just went around in a circle because all the dang leg work you put in, all the dang distance you think you covered. It's all for naught because you end up meeting that obstacle in the road that's going to take you back to where you thought you had left behind in the rearview mirror, man. That's how it goes. Rothman said these stupid MFs talking about Crawford back is against the wall, but Crawford's Mando ain't until May 23. Spence has back-to-back Mandos. Listen, one thing I would encourage my listeners is that the success of what Bud Crawford's been able to do on here has been incredible. What I mean is this is a guy who really didn't pay any attention to being a face in the media at all early in his career. Not until recently he decided to speak up more, be a bit more garrulous, show his face on these podcasts and talk shows across the spectrum, and he's really giving people some attention that they've been yearning for quite some time. Now, people are sitting up here creating these stories, and these same people have basically redirected their attention and gave Bud Crawford the control, the unbelievable control. He's pretty much single-handedly forced these people's hand to speak about him on a daily basis. They have given up everything that they wanted, in as a content creator. They want to be on here and be something special or whatever. He is single-handedly, without any physical energy, taking their minds off what is the priority of their channel and have them talking about him every single day. Now, if you don't know what power means, I would look it up in the definition, but that's power. That is absolute power right there. He has single-handedly redirected these channels, these content creators, to focus on him, provide him the promo authority, provide him the attention, provide him center stage leading up to his fight, where they say he ain't fighting nobody. But the more and more they talk about who he ain't fighting, people get curious about who he's fighting. I'm serious. It's been crazy, dog. They can say whatever they want. But if Terrence Crawford's Mando in May is Boots Ennis, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's nothing else to say. They wanna skip around here like they Red Riding Hood. Like, what do you want somebody to do? Is boxing, bro. You're talking about a guy who ain't fought Mandos in several years, the Crawford, who fought all his Mandos. He let it be known. I fight all my Mandos. What's wrong with these people? They have become online stalkers. Really, they have become online stans. They have developed an infatuation with Terrence Bud Crawford like no other. They are infatuated with this guy. For a person not to be in the media years earlier, now he's the biggest topic of the conversation every day. And that's great, because he can never go into the darkness and be irrelevant when they continue to talk about him every day. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That's great. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. But don't get too close to him, y'all. Don't get too close to him. Even Tio wants Spence. Oh shit! He say even Tio wants Spence, man. Hey, let's see if he wanna. Hey, let's see if he wanna fight that junior welterweight. Let's see if next. He love lightweights. Let's see if he move up his taste buds a little bit and get an acquired taste for the super lightweights, junior welterweights, because he already allowed Mikey Garcia to open the door. Can you recommend a streaming service for me to watch the Crawford Avanesian fight? No, man. BOK Prime. Get the pay-per-view. I don't have no streaming service for any of that. I don't crack my fights, man. I pay for all my fights. I don't crack none of them. I don't stream them. I don't do none of that shit. Real talk. I don't do that. That might be his weekend life. I'm not going to hold it against him if he doesn't see that shit and good for him and that chick, then so be it. Everyone has to learn. I guess, you know, when it comes to this day and time, man, with social media, it's a lot of listeners and viewers, man, who have become desensitized to what they see on social media. Because if you think about it, it's a lot of content back in the day that was censored when you watched it, but it's not censored today. You pretty much can go on World Star Hip Hop and see some of the most graphic content you ever would have thought that would be displayed. And then, not only that, when incidents happen now, they play out. It's as graphic as it is, and the regular news outlets, they will play it just as it is most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think we as civilians, viewers, you know what I'm saying, we've become desensitized to what we watch in the social media, on regular television, all that. I mean, it's just becoming like regularity. We just had a situation where, you know, a guy, you know, did what he did in Walmart. But keeping it on boxing, Rakeem say, "Peace, King. I see you cooking. What's good? What's good?" You know, I'm going light this evening because I'm trying to, you know, see if there's a way, you know, that we can figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like a catastrophe lies ahead if he's not able to fight Keith Thurman. People are up here trying to spin it once again that Crawford's going to go in there, fight Avanesian, and then we're going to get the Spence Crawford fight announcement. I don't believe it. If it happens, it happens. Cool. But like Deion Washington say, hit me up when the first punch is thrown. He right though. Hit him up when the first punch is thrown, man. Hit him up when the first punch is thrown, man. We need to see the first punch. We can't go off the lies, deceit. You know what I'm saying? We can't go off the fake news no more. We can't go off the clickbait, man. We went through that too many times. Some people other than myself went through it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is incredible, bro. Blunt said, I don't know. Man, I might be back to thinking this one is 50-50, dog. LB, Al Heyman had no belief that Spence could beat Bud, so he sabotaged the fight. I just look at it like, how can he not make the fight, right? It's not like it's impossible to make the fight because you're putting out all these bags of money for Canelo Alvarez. But We know the fight can be made. It really can. But behind the scenes, they totally understand this obstacle course that Spence has been going through behind the scenes, bro. He's been going through a pretty publicly noted obstacle course with these problems. It's played out in the public. You know what I'm saying? It's been played out for quite some time, but nobody want to do it. And see, these individuals who don't want to talk about it, they're enablers. These individuals all have situations in their life where instead of them being the bigger person and, you know what I'm saying, trying to help a person out, they just give them money to continue to do it. I ain't gonna mess with that, man. That ain't me, man. Shit. Hey, man, you know, all right, man, I give you $5. Go on, man. Leave me alone, man. I'm with the fam, dog. All right, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, cousin. Appreciate you, cousin. These people sit up here and be enablers. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to touch it. They call themselves being, you know, a big Spence fan, but every day they talking about Crawford. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about this situation. These guys are gonna look back on their life and say they actually spent parts of their life they can't get back together talking about a fighter who they wanted to persuade the general public that they don't even support. This is life hours, right? This is minutes taken away out your family. This is life, y'all. This has no real end state to it. No mission accomplishment. It has no reward to it or nothing. This history is so bad that you have to question yourself and say, am I doing enough to let these fools know that they're wasting their time? This is life, y'all. This is life. Every month, these people are getting older and older and over. Every week, every month, every year, this keeps going on. They continue to invest their time in a fighter that they say they don't support. This is life, y'all. This is history. This is time you can't get back. And then, you know, it seems like they have to all meet up at a fork in the road when things all of a sudden change. You know what I'm saying? When the access isn't there no more, the name isn't there in the sport no more. They have invested years upon years on one fighter to get zero reward in the end. Zero reward, y'all. You have to ask yourself, zero reward. Am I doing this for a purpose? Seriously, am I getting this man help? These would be the same cowards, right? If Errol Spence passes away during the holidays, because we seeing all these people pass away. Errol Spence passed away. Let's just say he passed away, right? What is going to be then? You going to talk about something else? You going to talk about, oh, let's do an Errol Spence marathon and check out his fights? What is it going to be then? People are not thinking about what they should be doing, what they could be doing. What is the purpose? If he dies tomorrow from the same situation that you was choosing to ignore today, then what is your message? Because y'all was busy up here talking about his phantom opponent that he never stepped in the ring with. I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to go about that? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be standing in a lit room for an idea to pop in your head. You don't have to find the brightest light bulb and say, let me stand under here so I can think a little bit better. Maybe the brightness of that bulb can somehow generate my recall memory neurologically and help me out. Maybe it can give me a little bit better thought process. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it can pretty much cultivate something. You know what I'm saying? I need some type of terrestrial energy to help produce a thought process to get me out of this funk, because it's a lot of channels in here invested in time that they can't get back. They're not even trying to get this man into a freaking center if he needs it. You know, put him in, give him money for ayahuasca. You know, really try to get this man to leave those demons alone, bro. That's all I'm saying. Is that I don't have a TV. I watch everything on computer. Man, you can find BLK Prime on the computer and purchase the app and pay for that pay-per-view on your PC. Rakim said, facts, Bud, most talk a boxer in the game. If not, then got to be top 3. Bud, most talk the boxer in the game. If not, then got to be top 3. I look at it like this. Who's more mentioned on here? No other boxer comes close to being mentioned on social media than Terrence Crawford. None. It's not Errol Spence because he don't get on social media. Look, the roles have been reversed if you look at this from an introspective, right? Just think about it. Errol Spence never really been, a real talkative person, but he was popular. People digged him, and they tuned in to him. He talked more back then than he did now, right? He did. He talked more than Crawford. Crawford didn't say too much back then. He was outside of the mind, let his hands do the talking. That's what he was doing. Now the roles are reversed to a point where both fighters are tracking pretty heavy on the backside of their career. You know what I'm saying? The track isn't as long as it used to be. They heading to that retirement real soon, right? So when you look at it, Spence is not saying too much except on Twitter, and Crawford is definitely saying a lot. He ain't biting his tongue. He's out here letting his supporters know what's popping, how he feels. He's not sugarcoating it. You know what I'm saying? He's not being disingenuous with his words. He's really speaking up and letting them know. Now, you always hear people talk about, well, that's not good look on him. He's up here just talking shit about winning negotiations, winning everything. How's he looking to go back and in 2023 and try to make this fight happen? I can tell you why. All you have to do is look at it this way. If they want to fight, they want to fight. If they don't, they don't. He has a belt. If they don't fight him, that's them. They the ones that has to hold the freaking, the culpability. They're the ones that have to be there. They the ones who have to, explain to everybody what happened. They the ones have to get on his Twitter page and ghostwrite for him some tweets to put out. They the ones have to do that. Serious, they have to do that shit, y'all. But these channels ain't talking about getting that man no help. If he needs help, get help. You know what I'm saying? If he needs help, get help, bro. But from what I see out here, it's nothing. It's not too much of anything. If they call themselves taking the attention off of Spence, that's just not the case. We all know, we're smart to know that he's not really effing with these YouTube channels like that. He really doesn't co-sign anything of these so-called pro Spence channels are doing. And if he even took a look at these channels, he'll find out that they're probably mad when he responded to the random black guy and said facts about the clickbait. They probably got mad. But when Crawford put that shit out there himself, he didn't respond. He wasn't responding to nobody. He put it out himself. Now, all of a sudden, when he puts word out, people want to take it as if he was talking about them. Which leads me to this. If you're so focused on what these fighters are saying and everything, why don't you focus on, like you said, the best fighting the best? Let that resonate through your channel. Because right now, like I said before, if Spence happened to pass away unexpectedly, for whatever reason, what are you going to say, man? How are you going to come on here and speak about something and act like you gave a damn? And when people look at your last freaking 2-3 months of ridicule, you know what I'm saying? Acute denigration, defamation of Crawford's name as a fighter. When they look back onto your catalog, How are they supposed to take you serious? How are they going to sit there and watch you come on here and show all his previous fights and how good he was as a person, how genuine he is, and how much you loved him as a fighter, and how much he would have beat Crawford, and how talented he was, and how long he was on the pound for pound list, and what if Crawford and him would have fought, he definitely would have won, and this, and this. I mean, come on, it's not adding up, y'all. Like, it's totally not adding up. It's just never going to add up, man. If this man need to be in the center or something, he needs help, man, get him help, bro. Appreciate you, DS. I just don't know anything other than BOK Prime, man. BOK Prime supposed to be it. So that's what I'm saying. You know, go to BOK Prime, get the pay-per-view. That's all I can say. Shout out to Don Dada. Salute to you, brother. That's all I can say when it comes down to why aren't there, and it's almost like looking at an illusion. You know what I'm saying? You expect something that ain't there. You expect more people to help them out, but you wonder to yourself, why aren't they helping them out? You expecting it to happen, but it's not happening. Where's the olive branch? Is that shit stuck in the toilet somewhere? Where's the olive branch? What happens to this olive branch of life, man, that you can offer this cat that's in serious trouble? Like, where's the olive branch at? Where's the lifeline? You know what I'm saying? Where's any type of euphemism to help this cat out so we can see him go in there and fight his best? Because to be honest with you, I don't want to hear none of these dudes come on here. If he fights Crawford and it doesn't work out, it goes all bad for Spence. And then they try to say, well, we all knew he had this situation going on, but maybe, look, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do, right? They just gonna put it off on this girl, man. Or somebody poisoned his shit. Somebody did something to his drink, man. It was a lot going on with that. With that car chase and all, there's a lot going on, man. See, Spence, he wasn't at his full potential, man. He had too much stuff going on personally. No, talk about it now while he's alive, though. Talk about it while he's alive, while the man is still thriving as a father. Talk about that shit. Don't wait till he pass away and then try to come up here and talk about how good he was, how he's going to be missed. Talk about it now, dog. Don't be a phony. Talk about how much you appreciate him now. Appreciate him so much you just want to talk about Bud Crawford every day. Talk about that man right here, right now. How much you appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? What he means to boxing. How he keeps you tuned in. You know what I'm saying? Why does he have your attention be so infatuated with him so much to the point where you don't even want to talk about him? You want to talk about his phantom opponent that he haven't stepped in the ring with yet. I mean, come on, bro. It's common sense, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. This shit is common sense. I don't want to say it's sad. You know, because right now, Team Crawford, man, you know, we got a fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got a fight. You know, Team Crawford, we full of enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? We full of enthusiasm, man. The fight is signed for us. You know what I'm saying? You can't say anything less, man. The shit was signed in 36 hours. Man, we about to go in here and put another win on the record. What else is it? I mean, we're overflowing with vitality, bro. We're jovial during the holidays. We get to see a fight right before Christmas. And the thing about it is that it's not going to be the fight that so-called everybody say they want. We're not going to have that this year. So you're going to have to go through the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, and you're going to have to figure it out. We don't even have enough confidence from him himself, Spence, to say when he has a fight coming up. No one knows when this guy has a fight coming up. No one. They just come up here and put, Errol Spence warns Crawford. That's the new word. Errol Spence rips Crawford. This shit is hilarious, dog. Oh, man. Errol Spence checks Crawford. Now the new word is warned. Where does this warning shit come from? It's just so funny. Hey, all these key algorithm words, man, is being used. You know what I'm saying? You know, Errol Spence warns Crawford. I mean, how many warnings do you get if you're doing 15 freaking lives a day? I mean, this shit is this. I can't take it serious, bro. Look, I can't take this shit serious, man. With somebody having that much authority over you, that it's consuming your personal life. Like, believe it or not, man, this YouTube shit is part of your personal life, right? So if you're trying to give people the impression, that you are a boxing fanatic, you are a hardcore boxing fan. You're trying to get them the impression that's what you are. But yet, you have absolutely gave up. You have relinquished your duties. You know what I'm saying? You have resigned, conceded to speak about a fighter that you say you support 100% to talk about his adversary. This is personal life choices that you are making. You're taking time out your day to make a video on another man. You are choosing to defame another man's name personally while you're trying to live your life with your family. Hey, mark my word on it, y'all. Look, mark my word. Mark my word. Just remember what I say. These people are taking time out their personal life to get personal about another man's life while they're attempting to live a life themselves. They believe in there's two worlds. It's not two worlds. It's not. Not anymore. Social media bleeds over into your real life. You feel me? So when you go up here and you say all these things, you think you're going to put 6 months, a year, into saying the same thing over with, and you have human beings who are without a neural link at the time? You believe they're going to continue to be brainwashed and conditioned without waking the hell up and saying, you know what? I'm wasting my time, bro. I'm wasting my time listening to the same thing. Like, you can yell, scream, you can drop obscenities, you can be baleful every time you go live. But I'm gonna tell you this right here. If that person that you're talking about, if they continue to win in life and you continue to talk shit about them, oh my God, who looks the dumbest of them all? Bills, what's good? I love how Crawford took apart Benavidez. I watched it a few times. It was, man. He stayed the course, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Like, every knockout is not going to come earlier. And then, peep this out since you brought it up. You know, you look at Sean Porter, you look at Jose Benavidez. He stopped Sean Porter in shorter fashion that he did Jose Benavidez. But if you say who's the better fighter, I always put this analogy out there. If you say who's the better fighter, they're never going to say Benavidez is better than Porter. But Benavidez went into the 12th round with Porter. He went into the 12th round with Crawford. Benavidez went into the 12th round with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask somebody about these two fighters, they're never going to tell you they think Benavidez is better than Porter. They're never going to tell you. But Crawford finished Porter, the tougher fighter, in better fashion in earlier time than he did with Jose Benavidez. Tell me how that works out. Fill in the blanks for me, please. Fill in the blanks during this holiday season. You know what I'm saying? Just fill in the blanks, man. And appreciate the ones who get behind the scenes and and want me to come on more often than I do. Listen, I hear you, but listen, if this had much more not restrictions to it, but much more structure and protocol to it, and if I needed it more, yeah. But I'm gonna come on, like 2 times a day for me is good, no more, for right now. But I appreciate the ones who shoot me the emails. Y'all can check out my stuff at worldcombatsports.com. The website been out there for a minute. I don't even mention it like that. And then I have my email address. You know what I'm saying? That's out there. And I enjoy talking to the listeners. But one thing I would never do is just sell myself out to just create fabricated lies and stories. You know what I'm saying? Fictitious scenes on somebody's personal life. And this is personal shit. Like I say it again, this is life that you can't get back. You can't get this life. You spending all this time on YouTube, you can't get this back. Before you know it, you done freaking turn another year, and then another year, and then another year. And if you do the math within those years and you add up the amount of hours that you spend. So let's do some math right here for a little bit. Right? Let's do some math right quick, right? So let's just do Monday through Saturday. All right, even though it's people on here that do them every day, right? Let's do Monday through Saturday, right? So let's just say you're doing 4 videos a day. You feel me? And let's give it a week, 2 hours a day. 2 hours, live. 2 hours of live stream. 4 videos. 2 hours per live stream. 4 videos a day. That's 8. That's 8 freaking hours right there. That's 8 hours out of your 24-hour period. You know what I'm saying? So you take that 8 hours out of your 24-hour a day period. It leaves you with 16 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? It leaves you with 16 hours in a day. Now, I'm not even factoring in if you got a girl or you got family or kids that you need to tend to. You feel me? That's 8 hours. So take those 8 hours and you times it times 48. You times it times 6. And it's going to give you 48 hours. So you take the 8 hours per day times 6 days a week, you're looking at 48 hours. That's 48 hours that you're spending, right? That's only if you do a minimal of 4, just for example. You know what I'm saying? 4 videos a day, 2 hours per video, 6 days a week. 8 times 6 days is 48 hours. And then you times that times 4. Those 4 is 4 weeks that's in a month, right? So you do 48 times 4. That comes out to what? 192 hours. $48 times 4 comes out to 192 hours. That's life you can't get back. You can't get that life back, man. Think about that. 48 hours a week, y'all. You're taking 48 hours a week. And when it comes down to you just speaking about somebody else that you supposedly don't like, but yet it's not just like you having a sidebar or a general conversation or whatever. You're actually investing your time with other people that are live human beings. You know they're live because you're communicating with them, right? So you're vested that interest in that. And that's just on the low end. That's just on the low end, man. 48 hours? 48 hours a week. You can't get that time back. So if that's time that's valuable to you, at least talk about something that's important, that you can etch something in somebody's mind and say, okay, I remember what somebody said. But 48 hours a week? And then you want to go for a whole entire month? I mean, that's just crazy, man. That's a lot of freaking hours, bro. That's a lot of hours. I ain't gonna lie to you. That is a lot of hours. Let me get to this people in the chat. I think he wanted to torment Benavidez. He might have, man. They had so much bad blood leading up to that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, can't get it back, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, real talk, you can't get that shit back. You can't get those hours back. That's a lot of freaking hours to put in a month, man. If you're doing, you know how quick 2 hours go on a live stream? 2 hours go very, very quick, especially if you have engagement from your listeners and viewers and the topic is popping. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, you have phone calls, you know, those people that have panels. If you have a panel, man, your live stream can go way beyond 2 hours easily. Easy. If you do only one live a day, but yet you have a panel and it's 3.5, 4 hours, you still take those hours and times it. Times if you know coming on 6 or 7 days a week, it's still a surplus of time that you can't get back. Like that time is gone, evaporated, done. What brings these people back to YouTube is the fact that it provides you a opportunity to get some type of revenue. You know what I'm saying? It provides you a position where you can go on here, build up your subscribers or whatever, and so-called source revenue. That's all. Earn revenue. That's pretty much what it is right there. But you can't get it back though. I just got a freaking message. Dang. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Let me I don't know if y'all heard that situation that's going on with Jerry Jones, but let me change shit up right quick. Let me go look this up so I can. This is Errol Spence's freaking protege, right? I mean, not protege. This is his mentor, right? I don't know if y'all, but I'm about to break some news to you right quick that was just sent to me. Let me see. We about to share screen on this because this is breaking to a point where we talk about the information that's been passed over here on YouTube all the time. You know what I'm saying? The hours that's invested on propaganda and agitprop and all that shit, clickbait, false narratives. I'm about to try to bring up this article, right? So this is today. All right. Check this out. This is breaking news, right? This is one of those situations where you know how you had all these same people that's talking about, Bud Crawford, right, being signed to Top Rank and how he was top ranked this, top ranked that, pretty much putting him in a group setting as if he was a slave and he didn't know any better, right? So article just surfaced, right, about Jerry Jones. We're talking about a man who is praised for providing Errol Spence an opportunity. So this is gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, man. This is gonna basically awaken the ones who was already awake, but it's only gonna allow them to, raise a brow a little bit higher than it did before, because this is just what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. What are they gonna say? Oh, what they can say is he's not signed to Jerry Jones, though. He's not signed to Jerry Jones. Errol Spence is signed over there at PBC. But this is very, very crucial, groundbreaking information that's making its ways around social media. You know what I'm saying? It's viral right now. So let me share screen. Right? We're gonna touch on a situation that's going viral right now that has a lot to do with the Spencerholics, man. Because they always want to bring racism into it. Maybe they can play their slave music and their theme songs over there. So let me share screen and let's go through this article right quick that's been released today. So you already know who Jerry Jones is. This is from Clutch Points. It says Jerry Jones downplays involvement in segregation incident as 1957 photo goes viral. Now this is not, this type of information that you're saying work on WCSU making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? No, this is not it. This is information that we're going to go through and we're going to try to figure some things out. So let's stroll down. All right. It says Dallas Cowboys owner right here. This is where we at. Let me highlight this. Dallas Cowboy owner Jerry Jones has found himself under the spotlight after a Washington Post published a photo of him in 1957 in the presence of other white students in Arkansas, North Little Rock High, seemingly trying to prevent African American teenagers from entering the school. It looked as though Jerry Jones, then just a 14-year-old student, was not in favor of the idea that he and an African American student would be studying in the same school. This is very, very, very extremely interesting at the end of the day. It goes on to say, but while Jerry Jones has already acknowledged, right? He acknowledged that he was indeed the teenager in the photo. He tried to downplay the incident when asked for comment about it. And this is what he had to say, people. Jerry Jones said, I don't know. Let me highlight this right here. Jerry Jones said, I don't know that I or anybody anticipated or had a background of knowing what was involved. It was more a curious thing. Oh, wow. Racism was curious? Oh, shit. Man, wow. That's new. It was curious to basically be racist towards, black people. I got it. It said Jones told the Washington Post when asked about why he was there. Details surrounding where he was and how he got there seems to contradict his stated intentions. It said, granted, that it was over 60 years ago when the photo was taken, and that Jerry Jones certainly was capable of changing his views and ideals from those that he had at the time. The photo can still be shocking to at least some people who only knew of that picture when the Washington Post published it. Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys in 1989 and since transformed the NFL franchise into not just one of the biggest in the league, but in all the sports. So let's go and see, can we pull up this picture? Let's see. Of course, it was going to be on one of these, you know what I'm saying. Of course, they would go through the entire article and not have a picture of Jerry Jones, Little Rock High. So what I'm going to do is Jerry Jones pick from Little Rock High, 1957. I just want to see old little Jerry, if that picture's even out there. You know, Jerry got a lot of money now. So wouldn't you know, you go to images, and god damn it, when you know, I be god dang it, if somebody didn't put a circle around here, and that's little Jerry right there. Shout out to my people back then, man. They had it so much worse than I did today. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Shout out to them, man. Because I know it was rough back then. I'm not going to lie. But they circled it. He said he was just curious. But, you know, it must have been incredibly just tough to be back then, be black, trying to get in schools that wasn't down with, you know what I'm saying, desegregation. Seriously. This is going viral right now. You know what I'm saying? And it was a long time ago. Nobody's going to do anything about his current position. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did a lot of these NBA owners and stuff like that. But it's not like, you know, this is going to make any headway, you know. But it's unfortunate that people do have past. Interesting. That is interesting. Oh, how people have paths. I wonder what all the alphabet boys gonna talk about with this. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna say a peep about this because it includes this fighter that they supposedly support. You know what I'm saying? Investor. You know what I'm saying? AT&T Stadium. They're going to keep their mouths zipped like they've been doing. They on lock and key, boy. They being good little boys over there. Sit down, boy. Don't you say too much, boy. I better not catch you out here talking to Arrow, boy. Yeah, they being good. Tony Boswell, what's good? Much respect at World Combat Sports and the chat. Stopped in to show support. Salute to you, Tony. It's always appreciated, my brother. Salute to you. Happy holiday to everybody that's in the chat, man. It's going down. I know, at least down here in the South, man, people start eating on the day before Thanksgiving, on Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? I lost all the boxing. The LAB, Q on deck, man. What's good, family? What's good? Undoubted. Wow, let's see these aerosexuals and even Dallas cowgirls sweep this one under the rug. I'm just saying, man, just take a look how damning this is. This was indeed a picture where he was a part of. This picture right here, he was a part of this picture, man. Then if you want to go to the article, I can put the link. I'm going to put the link. I'm going to go back and put the link in here in case y'all want to look it up at Clutch Points. I'm going to put the link in the chat for you. If y'all want to do, your own live on it or whatever. But, I mean, I don't care. I know they don't have the cojones to speak on it. I mean, that cowards do what cowards gonna do, man. They're not gonna speak on this because they feel like, he's not signed to them. But it's okay for him to fight in his stadium when this information is broke. This is not WCS submitting this article. It was released today, resurfacing that he is indeed the guy that's in the picture. You know what I'm saying? And he said some shit like, if you didn't hear, he said, I don't know that I or anybody anticipated or had a background of knowing what was involved. It was more of a curious thing. So what JJ is talking about, he was just a bystander. He was an onlooker. That's all. He said it was just a curious thing. Like, he was curious. He wasn't really there for the racial intensity of it, the racial aggression. You know what I'm saying? The racial protest. He wasn't there for that, y'all. He's saying he was just there peeking in, curious as to what's going on, and he really didn't have no motives to be there for anything else. That's pretty much what he's saying. I don't know about that. I don't know about that right there, Shawty. For real. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I dropped the link in there if you want to check it out yourself and provide your own content. It's all good, but that's a big deal, man. This picture right here. This is the picture. Somebody put a nice little circle around there. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this image. Oh my gosh. Let me go back, man. I should have known that image. And I'm going to pull that image up to give you a better view. For real. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. So this is the picture right here. And the head that's inside the circle is allegedly, a 14-year-old Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones. And that's very damning. And I always look at my people, man, when they had to go through all that. I say, damn, that shit. Oh, that's just tough, bro. Can you imagine going through segregation like that back in the day? But they drew a red circle around Jerry, who said he was just more so curious. Like, this obviously is a group of protesters now. You don't see You don't see kids all the way back to the wall over there in the corner and nothing like that. This was obviously a group of protesters that was there because these black men, these young men, was attempting to make entry into an educational facility. So you had to know what was going on, and you gave your presence. That's all. Admit to it. Damn, admit to it, bro. Don't deny it. Admit to it. It ain't no curiosity. That's a protest. That's a full-blown protest to prevent entry. And you ask yourself, where was the teachers? Where was the principals? Where was the parents at? Jesus Christ. That doesn't look like it's something that, man, it definitely wasn't anything that you was going to get positive out of this situation right here. This is a lot of what we had to deal with back in the day. But unfortunately, what's in the past does come to the light sometimes. So who would have known that would have been, Jerry Jones at 14 over there in a protest to prevent young black men from entering that school to get education. It's wild. But make sure, y'all do y'all due diligence, because I know they're not going to talk about it. Nothing will be said, the Spence or the Alphabet Boys. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to say a damn thing, bro. He was only there to take a peek. Sounds good. He was curious, man. He was curious. But I want to get back to the curious one of the day. I'm just trying to put it into perspective, like, how serious is everything that's going on with his personal life. That's all. Somebody had sent me something and said, I shouldn't be worried about his personal life. But like I said before, some people don't look at things like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people haven't really seen death in the most tragic way possible. They haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? Some people aren't as numb in certain situations. Just because they don't care about it doesn't mean they're numb. It's just they haven't been there. They don't know what it feels like. They haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? They haven't seen it. They haven't seen tragedy. They haven't seen somebody that they're close to end up coming up, dead or passed away. But, in the sport of boxing, you hear people always talking about how much it's a hurt business. But then you go to YTC and you hear like it's a play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just up here cracking jokes trying to come up with material, and they're not really taking it serious. That they talking about real live boxers. They talking about real live people, human beings, people who got family. And though I criticize fighters, I try to refrain from bums, the terminology of bums. I definitely refrain from going into their personal life. But when their personal life is freaking made public, right? Then I have every right to criticize you for not taking advantage that you are a professional making millions of dollars and you have kids. So why you're jeopardizing that by going out here and putting yourself in a predicament that may take all that away in an instance? You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at me for speaking on something that you allowed to make it to the public eye. You allowed that shit to happen. Not me. You did. If he didn't have all these public events that makes him look bad, then, a lot more legends, a lot more his compeers would take him serious and give him credit to say, okay, it's a 50-50 fight. But I can tell you this, the people that saying it's a 50-50 fight, they're lying. They're lying to whoever they're talking to the listener, and they're lying to themselves. The lying to yourselves, in my opinion, holds more weight than lying to somebody else. Lying to yourself knowing that this guy's not 100%, knowing he has a problem, and you ain't doing nothing about it, that's what hurts the most. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's going to be buying it. If something happening, a fighter that you ain't been talking about at all, and something's happened to him, and you want to come over here and get super chat happy. Somebody give me a super chat, my favorite fighter passed. I'm telling everybody, go back and look at their catalog and see what they talking about that fighter in a positive light while they was living. If you can't find too much consistently, all you see is Bud Crawford on that, who's living a life of celebrity, right? And they just choose to talk about him, and that's not their favorite fighter. Then you have to scratch your head and ask yourself, do I say something and get blocked for life? Because that's what's going to happen. You say something on these pro Spence channels, you're going to get blocked for life, bro. They're going to block your ass for life, man. This YTC is not a glamorous setting, bro. It is turned into just a grimy type of freaking filthy residue that you have to deal with when you're coming over here. If you're a content creator more so than a listener, content creators gets it worse than a listener, because a listener can come around every now and then and peek their head in. They don't have to create videos or go do research or anything like that to prepare for a live stream. It's wild, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's wild. It's unfortunate too. I don't know where as much as I want to talk about, next year, will this fight happen? I've been on record as saying I don't think the fight's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the fight's gonna happen. Am I a person that can basically be wrong? Yeah, I can. I can be wrong, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can be wrong, no doubt. But I don't want to be wrong a myriad of times. I don't want to make this a repetitive occurrence, an omnipresence. I don't want that shit to be a reoccurring theme. That you say stuff all the time and you're wrong. That's just not what I have going on right now. So if I say I don't think the fight happened, I'm just going off the strength of it seems like they don't want to make the fight. And let's move on. If Crawford has to face his mandatory in May, let's go. Let's go, man. I don't care about any of that. I totally agree with Crawford when he said that he don't need Spence for his legacy. True. So if they don't want to make the fight over there, and we all know that Bud Crawford is not stupid, dumb, ignorant, illiterate. Him and his team's able to make decisions to move forward, do away with this, move forward, and go on to the next. What are they going to say? You go over there and you get another win, and then next year you go there and get another win. Now what? You still ain't fought Spence. No, y'all need to be really concerned about that dude right now. In light of seeing all these tweets that he sent out when the fight was called out, do y'all have any, very deep concerns that, his people may be talking for him? They may know exactly what's going on behind the scenes with him. It's not like they can't stop it, but do you think the way they look at it is They just trying to write him off now. They done with his, everything that's going on. That's why you heard the audio come out to say he didn't want to fight Thurman. So all of a sudden they ordered him to fight Thurman. It didn't have to be Thurman. It could have been anybody else. Why do you believe that Thurman name was the one that they're force feeding him right now? They forcing it down his throat, y'all. Why do you believe that is? Why all of a sudden Thurman gets the call up to step in here and face this guy, and he's coming off a win against Mario Barrios, man? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody explain that to me right now, right here. Why do you believe that Thurman was selected, of all people, to step into the ring when that's a hard fight? That's a hard fight, man. That ain't Ugas. That ain't Ugas. Keith Thurman ain't Ugas now. We can't sit up here and fake like Keith Thurman is Ugas. He's not Udina's Ugas. Why do you think they force feeding Thurman down his throat, man? Or else he's gonna have to vacate that WBC. Anybody? I'm just trying to break this shit down, right? Why do you think they force feeding Keith Thurman down Errol Spence's throat for such a tough fight? Right? Because, okay, let's compare. If we're talking about David Avanesian stepping there, okay, yeah. Keith Thurman has a better resume. But we can't even use that analogy because Keith Thurman is supposed to be a better quality opponent than David Avanesian. He's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But when you look at Errol Spence, isn't this the position that you want to be in? The heavy lifting, all the belts, and all of a sudden you want to play around and have people thinking about when you fought Carlos Ocampo. Now you have a predicament where you saying you're blindsided, making all these excuses. I mean, if he gonna make excuses, man, where's his representation? Where are the people that's supposed to be supporting him? Where's the people that's supposed to make sure the paperwork and he's good and everything? Where are these people at? Because I'm just not gathering. Like, bro, why all of a sudden this is the impactful moment for you? How is this blindsiding you? You was just in negotiation. That's it. It wasn't no contract signed. I think you was pretty much complacent in the whole situation, and you was just sitting there doing what you were doing, man. Whether it was drinking, getting high, I don't know what the fuck you was doing. But for you to come on here and say you was blindsided by Terrence, man, it's just a bum out excuse, bro. Really, it's you just giving up, you quitting. You just coming up here with some sympathy. You want people to go on a sympathy parade. You know what I'm saying? You want them to send you flowers, strawberries, you know what I'm saying? Chocolate covered strawberries. How can you come up with this excuse? You didn't think you had your mandatories coming up? You haven't heard people talk about Boots Ennis recently? Yeah, you heard them talk about him. So why are you talking about you blindsided by Terrence Crawford? What is up with this finger pointing virus that they got going on, bro? How can y'all give Terrence Crawford so much freaking authority and control over y'all? I thought y'all supposed to be the big dogs. Like, you got the 3 belts. You did all the heavy lifting, shawty. I mean, what is this, bro? Seriously, what is this shit, bro? Might be trying to test him for Bud. Hey, if they trying to test him against Keith Thurman, that's going to be a tough fight, man. Real talk. That's going to be a tough fight, man. And look, it's potentially, like, people have to understand with Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's chin's been tested. But you know, the Spencer Holly's going to come in here and talk about it's all about the body work. Okay. I must remind him, on Brian Custer, he said it hasn't been man down in a while. It hasn't been man down in a while. I'm just saying. So when he went in there and was able to get the stoppage from Eudenis Ugas, well, guess what? Eudenis was still on his feet too. Can he go in there and rip Thurman and be the first one to stop him? Can he be the first one to stop him? That'll look real good now. To build up this fight even more. That'll look real good. If he can go in there and be the first one to do what Terrence Crawford was to Sean Porter, is there any way he can go in there and be the first one to stop Keith Thurman? Is it possible, people? I appreciate the response there, Q. Appreciate you putting that in the chat. Is there a possibility for Errol Spence to be the first one to stop? Because Manny Pacquiao dropped him in the first round, but that was it. He lost via decision. Keith Thurman ain't no softy. Now, he don't have the freaking Amir Khan effect going on. You know, he don't have a confetti chin, dog. He's proven. So does Errol have what it take to go in there and not only get the win, but do something spectacular? You know, if he goes in there and thrashes Keith Thurman, it's definitely gonna put, you know, shine some more light on the fight between him and Crawford if they so desire. It'll be absolutely great, bro. Absolutely great. But y'all, I gotta attend to the peoples, man. To be honest with you, I probably won't be on in the morning. It all depends. But I got some things to take care of tomorrow for sure. You know what I'm saying? I gotta attend to my baby, man. I gotta attend the fam, all that shit. So, man, y'all hold it down. You know what I'm saying? And we shall do this again. I'm just, you know, I got people hitting me up crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back with y'all. Appreciate everyone who pulled up in the chat. Salute to everyone who hit the like button. You know, continue to support the channel. I'm not just saying it in repetition, man. So hit the like button. It's truly appreciated. And we shall do this again. Shout out to Marlon King Boxing in the building. What's good? Shout out to everyone who pulled up. Have a happy Thanksgiving, man. Be safe out there.